Hey, Kevin again. Just want to remind you, make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook so you're sure to catch all of the cool stuff that we have for you every week. On today's episode, we're going to tackle a common lift that we use a lot in CrossFit, and that's the front squat. Really important because it translates to other movements like the clean. And I think a lot of us would really like to see some improvements on our clean and even our front squat maxes and numbers. So in addition to training and building that strength, maybe there's a few things that we can work on mechanically that would help us kind of get that next little edge or advantage to make sure we can get that next 2.5 to 5 pounds on that PR. Maybe it's the difference between getting that lift and failing that lift. So stay tuned, we're going to take a look at a couple things. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about front squats. So I'm going to have Gabe start with stance. He's going to be shoulder width apart. He's going to bring the bar up to his shoulder. Good. Grip's going to be just outside the shoulder, elbows up nice and high. Okay, belly's nice and tight. Alright, so Gabe's just going to go ahead and perform a front squat. Go ahead. Awesome, come on up. Cool. Alright, this time I'm going to have Gabe squat, okay? And I'm going to have him hold the front squat position at the bottom. Because we can see he's got really good shoulder positioning here. He's got good mobility in the shoulder. Go ahead and squat and hold. Right? At the bottom, we don't have really a loss of lumbar curve at all, so we got a nice flat back. Weight staying in the heels, elbows are up nice and high. One thing to point out though, if I put this PVC pipe in the midline of his foot, you can see we've got quite a bit of distance from his midline to where the bar is. Come on, stand on up here. So, a couple things we're going to do with Gabe is we're going to work with him to try to get that bar back a little bit over his midline, and that can really help make the difference if he's going for a 1 rep max. So this time, I'm going to put the PVC pipe right here in his midline, and before he starts squatting, I'm going to go ahead and get to the front back position. He's going to put his elbows up nice and high. What I'm going to have him do before he squats is push his hips back, his butt back towards the wall behind him. So butt back, good, push it back, good, a little bit more, a little more, good. Now, as his butt back, we've now made contact with the PVC. I know that bar's in his midline. So with your butt back, go ahead and push your hips down. Good, stay back, good. Pause there, chest up, go ahead down, pause there, chest up, go ahead down, pause there, chest up. Good, I want you to notice, stand on up, good. That was awesome. If you notice that on that second attempt there, okay, we really had that PVC right in the midline, okay? He wasn't as far forward as that first attempt when we looked, and that's because with a couple cues, hips back, chest up, notice I didn't cue his elbows at all, because when he was getting forward, it had nothing to do with his elbows. Okay? It had a lot to do with his chest and his hips. So we wanted to make sure that our cues were effective, and just starting and initiating the squat by pushing those hips back, and then down, we're able to keep that bar in the midline. And that will really help make the difference for you as a lifter. If you're going for a 1 rep max, I think Gabe's about 245 right now, okay, but he's getting stronger every day. If he was going for a 250, 255, maybe next time we take a look at that barbell positioning and say, man, Gabe, I think that bar was way out in front of you. Let's push those hips back, lift that chest, drive those hips forward as you squat. Maybe next time he gets that 250, 255 PR. So I think just those little things we can find in our movement and make those little changes, and they'll go a long way, especially then related to other movements like the clean. So awesome work here, a good example of just making a couple adjustments and working really hard for the positions. He wasn't resting, right? He was working hard to make his body get to what he was looking for. And by the way, it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Gabe. Thanks. All right. Pretty exciting stuff as a coach when you see an athlete make just even small changes. So I'm really thankful that we get to do this every day. And that was just a small example of, you take a look at a movement and you look at the big points of performance and say, that looks pretty good. But as a coach, we're always asking, how can we improve? And that was an example of how we can improve movement. But even more than that, what goes into what we do is we look at how can we improve somebody's overall fitness, overall wellness, overall health. And CrossFit has developed what they consider to be the pyramid of fitness. And you guys, I'd encourage everyone, if you can, to get on their website, find that L1 manual, and read some of this stuff because it's, you know, it's really good reads. But in that manual, they have the Pyramid of Fitness. And they talk about how in the Pyramid of Fitness, there's different things that go together to make up a fit, healthy individual. Or even that, an effective program. So at the bottom of the pyramid is nutrition. And the way that this works is the bottom, or what's at the bottom, working its way up to the top, is the most important. So, you know, what's considered the most important thing for you as far as your fitness goes? Well, it starts with nutrition. It starts with the food you're eating, how you're fueling your body. You know, we're going to have a great segment next week with Coach Laura on a couple nutrition things, so you're going to want to stick around next week and tune in and figure out what she has to say, because she's got some really cool ideas about just easy tips and strategies to make your nutrition a little bit better that aren't too complicated off the start. The next we've got metabolic conditioning. And metabolic conditioning is how much work you can do in short-term, mid-range, or long-distance efforts. And of course, we would agree that's important to a conditioning program. Next, we've got gymnastics. And gymnastics is really how you can move your own body through space. Then we have weightlifting, and you'll notice that weightlifting is near the top. So the idea here is that gymnastics, metabolic conditioning, and nutrition to your overall wellness and fitness should place a little higher importance to you than on weightlifting. Yeah, we want to have strength under us, that's for sure. But we also want to make sure we can handle and control our bodies through space. We want to make sure that we're able to do some work through short distances, mid-range distances, long-range distances, maybe running a 5K or just doing some sprint intervals. And at the very top, we've got sport. And this is one thing I really like about the Pyramid of Fitness is sport, and that's just learning and playing new sports regularly. Because what that allows you to do, it's kind of the icing on all of this, and it allows you to put what you're doing here into practice. And that's kind of the fun part about it, is going out, being able to do anything with your buddies. You know, maybe they want to do a pickup basketball game. You know, well, you've got the fitness behind you to do it. Maybe they want to go on a big hike. Well, you've got the fitness behind you to do it. Maybe they want to go on a big hunt, you know, and you get that deer, and they're like, man, I wish somebody was here to carry that deer on their backs for me. And you're like, I got you, bro. All right. So, anyways, Pyramid of Fitness, really important. And remember, it starts with food. We wanted to introduce this pyramid because next week, Coach Laura is going to give you guys some awesome tidbits on what you can do to improve nutrition. And it's not that hard, really. Even though it might sound like it, it's not. All right, guys, so stay tuned. Look for Coach Laura next week. It's that time, the WOD reveal.
WOD reveal! WOD reveal! WOD reveal!
Here's the WOD reveal this week. It's an awesome workout. This workout we actually got from CrossFit weightlifting, so we want to give credit where credit's due. But, you know, we get inspiration for our workouts in a lot of different places. You know, we write our own, and sometimes when we're seeing different things that other people are writing, we're like, that looks awesome, we got to try it. And this is one of those workouts. So last week we did an AMRAP, so that was kind of a time priority. It's going to be 20 minutes. It's going to take you 20 minutes, and you're going to do as much as you can of those reps in 20 minutes. This week, a little bit different switch. We're doing a task priority. So it's for time, okay? And what we're going to do for time this week, a couple different fun little activities. For time. Not 4 times, 4 time, 1 time is 5 deadlift. For brevity's sake, I'm going to write deads. We'll get to the weights in just a second. Then, right after those 5 deadlifts, you're going to do 50 double unders. Right after those 50 double unders, we're going to go back to those 5 deadlifts. After those 5 deadlifts, 50. Oh man, here's where the workout gets fun. Toes to bar. Right after those 50 toes to bar, you will go back and perform 5 deadlifts. Not quite done. 50 foot handstand walk, 5 deadlifts. And then you will perform at the very end a half-mile run, which equals 800 meters. All right, guys, so this week's workout for time: 5 deadlifts, 50 double unders, 5 deadlifts, 50 toes to the bar, 5 deadlifts, 50-foot handstand walk, 5 deadlifts, half-mile run, which is equivalent to 800 meters for time. Deadlift weight for the guys, as prescribed, 315 pounds. For the women, another big sigh, but a smile also, because it's awesome, 225 pounds for the ladies. All right, as always, you look at this workout, it might seem overbearing at first. Mindset is everything, guys. Get in here, we'll take care of you. Everything's scalable, you know that. We'll find the scale that will allow you to get this workout done in the amount of time that we have set for this workout, guys. I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be a challenge. And get in here. Don't know what day it's going to be, and neither do you. So you don't want to miss it, and you don't want to avoid it either. See you soon, guys.